going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Fight Podcast, the absolute best show in all of combat sports. Thank you guys for watching and joining live on Twitch and on YouTube. I think we're on Instagram as well. All right, this is episode 397, and another beautiful week, man, kicking off. We absolutely had the Benito Bowl last night. Salute to Bad Bunny. And all my Puerto Ricans out there, yo soy boricua pa que tú lo sepa, you know what I'm saying? So salute to all them. I'm also black and Puerto Rican. Salute to my people, because it is Black History Month. So we had a great event last night. Combat sports we're having just some incredible events this past weekend. But again, everybody's watching live. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the Fight Podcast and everything we have here. All right, what we're going to talk about today, I know you guys saw the title of this episode. The title of the episode is Jake Paul is Racist. So let's just go ahead and delve into the topic. Why am I stating that Jake Paul is racist? Well, as we know, and again, I led the show with this, Bad Bunny, Benito, goes out there and he actually performed in the Super Bowl, headline Super Bowl halftime show. And again, I'm just going to say this, as again, a Puerto Rican, I'm black and Puerto Rican, and I grew up in a Puerto Rican household, raised by my mother. Obviously my father was there too. My dad's black. But my abuela and everything, a lot of those moments, I'll be honest with you guys, I got emotional watching it. I teared up watching it. The same way and the same feeling of pride that I felt when I watched Kendrick last year, watching an individual go out here and represent for my people in that way, was something beautiful. It was hey, pa que tú lo sepa, you know what I'm saying? But we really got to make, it was a beautiful thing. I was so proud to watch the event. I was so proud to see the representation of Puerto Rico and the entire diaspora in that moment. Beautiful thing. But one thing that was interesting, that Jake Paul decided to go out there. And the reason we even talk about Jake Paul is because, let's be honest, he is somebody that is a polarizing figure in combat sports, specifically boxing. Last time we saw him, he got his face broken by Anthony AJ Joshua. So this is, I guess he can speak now. I don't know if he could actually speak, verbally, but he could at least tweet now. So he goes out there and he gets to tweeting, and I'm going to read this for you guys. He goes out there and says, purposefully turning off the halftime show. Let's rally together and show big corporations they can't just do whatever they want without consequences, which equals viewership to them. You are their benefit. Realize you have power. Turn off this halftime. A fake American citizen performing who publicly hates America. I cannot support that. All right. Interesting point. First of all, I'm gonna say this, Jake Paul, you tu maga bicho, okay? What a clown. He goes out there. He lives in Puerto Rico currently, and the reason that he lives in Puerto Rico is specifically for the tax benefits, so that he does not have to pay taxes when he's out there. So essentially, exactly what Bad Bunny is talking about. And if you need to go out there and translate what Ricky Martin was saying during it, it's like, we don't, they want to kick us out of the island. They want to sit out there. They tell your grandmother to leave. They want to get rid of our sand and our beach. They want us out of here so they can essentially colonize. This colonizer is going out here and saying things about colonization. And the thing that really blew my mind was him disparaging a Puerto Rican and calling him a fake citizen, when the individual that is his biggest fighter on his roster, MVP, is Amanda Serrano. Amanda Serrano is the biggest fighter in his roster. Somebody that has went with him side to side, edifies him in every capacity. That is him. So she got to go out there. You have Amanda Serrano. He also, like I said, lives in Puerto Rico, goes out there wearing the Puerto Rican flag, and then you go have the nerve, the gall, to sit there and essentially say that Puerto Ricans are half Americans are not full citizens or fake citizens. He goes on to sit there and say, the problem with my tweet in the world of fake being misrepresented. Motherfucker, no, we're not misrepresenting your words. And this is something that these MAGA bichos go out there and consistently state. Okay, they will sit there and they'll piss on your head and tell you it's raining. The blatant lies and turning things back and forth and trying to sit there and say, well, no, that's not what I said. Motherfucker, I have eyes. I have ears. I know what you said. So he continues to say he's not a fake citizen, obviously, because he's Puerto Rican. And I love Puerto Rico and all Americans who support the country. More so, Big Bad Bunny is fake because of his values and criticism of our great country. Well, let me go ahead and drop a little more knowledge on y'all because it seems like we need that. James Baldwin once stated, the great American James Baldwin once stated that I have the right to criticize America because I love her. Okay, that's essentially it. Again, that those are not quite exactly what he says, but something along those lines. I love my country so much. I have the opportunity to do that. And then on top of that, my brother took the words out of my mouth. What happened to all my First Amendment people? Huh? So what we saying, Jake Paul? You want motherfucking cancel culture? With your soft ass, soft as wet puppy shit. I can't believe this nonsense. And then this is my favorite part of all this nonsense because let's see what the Serrano sisters have to say, right? Amanda Serrano goes out there and during this states, let's pull this up because she said it. Blah, blah, blah. I'm starting camp, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Tonight, I am here where I'm supposed to be in my beautiful island with my people, celebrating and watching with awe of how well Benito represented us in our culture. I am proud to be Puerto Rican and I am proud to be an American citizen. Puerto Ricans are not fake Americans. We are citizens who have contributed to this country in every field, from military service to sports, business, science, the arts, and our identity and citizenships deserve respect. I would not have the opportunities I have today without the support and belief that MVP and Jake Paul have showed me, and I will always be grateful for the role and having to plan and have changed my life and blah, 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 blah. But I cannot support these characterizations. It is wrong. I fight with pride of Puerto Rico and represent my flag every time I step in the ring. I will always stand with my people with respect to who we are, with pride and who we come from. I will never change and will forever be a proud Boricua. Let's say what you got to say and say it with your chest. All right? So here's the thing. And yes, my brother, we do. We pay them joints and we don't get no benefits from them shits. So the thing about it is it's interesting for her to go out there and especially speak out against her promoter in that way. Jake Paul and MVP. Also, the damage control this morning is insane. Let me pull this up. Because MVP also goes out there and they have some damage control themselves. They have stated MVP stands for one thing and one thing only, our fighters. Whether you're from Puerto Rico or anywhere else in the world, we probably stand behind you and will always work to elevate you and the pride you bring into the ring. Once again, the lies. Jake Paul outed y'all. He let us know exactly, not that we didn't know if we weren't paying attention, but he let everybody know exactly who MVP and everybody was. And I'll be very honest with you. Amanda Serrano and the rest of the roster, Alicia Bumgardner, all of you guys, he's telling y'all exactly what he thinks about you and the people. You guys are just people that he can utilize to enrich himself and make himself feel bigger and better and have more power. That's all this fool is. So to go out there and being so disgusting and despicable, to go out there and talk about it because somebody has an opinion. And here's the thing. All Benito going out there and said was, hey, man, I shouldn't be out here doing this. And then here's the thing. I'll say it. Fuck ICE. And fuck everybody who stands with ICE. Okay? If you sit here and you stand with ICE, like Dustin Jacoby and all these other these marks that are going out here and say this nonsense. And we'll talk about Dustin Jacoby in a little bit. But this is the problem. But here's the thing. Jake Paul and team are still go out here, you know, damage controlling it all up. He finishes up by saying, what was it? He was like, guys, I love Bad Bunny. I don't know what happened on my Twitter last night. What the fuck? Hey, man, stop being a bitch. If you're going to do something and say something, I got more respect when somebody stands on their bigotry, okay? If you're going to be a bigot, stand on it. Let me know. Don't sit here and run away and all of a sudden say this. And again, what was it? Is that the last thing he said? It is. All right. So I spent enough time on this Magabicho, and we going to leave it at that, okay? So one time for the Magabicho Jake Paul. Again, he's an asshat. He shouldn't have said what he said. But are we surprised? All right. Moving right along. Let's talk about some real competition and some real boxing and some real fighting. Man, we had a really, really great fight last night. The fight was Brandon Figueroa against Nick Ball. Nick Ball is a champion at 126. Figueroa is a two-time champion. He's only lost twice in his career, and is to schoolboy Stephen Fulton, schoolboy Steph. And I am telling you, this fight was in the UK. A lot of Nick Ball in his hometown. Everybody thought Nick Ball was going to win this fight. Nick Ball is a guy who is really tough, power in both hands, a little bit of a dirty fighter. He goes out there, and even if he's getting pushed, he'll sit there and fight a little dirty. But being the fact that he's been beating people and he is a quality fighter, people were hopeful that if he wins this fight against Brandon Figueroa, he would end up being the next challenge for Inoue. Inoue, the number 2, according to Ring Magazine, pound for pound boxer in the world. Brandon Figueroa goes out here and, in my opinion, was winning the entire fight. But I was nervous. And I was nervous because being in the UK, I could absolutely see the fight going opposite ways. The fight's going back and forth. Guys are throwing. 12th round comes up. And I'll be honest with you, I'm a little tight. I'm like, man, I think if Brandon's going to win this, even though I have Brandon winning, I think he's going to need to get a stoppage in this one. And I don't know if he's going to do it. As soon as the 12th round went up there, and I want to salute to Manny Robles. Manny Robles has consistently just been a great coach and keeps getting these upsets back to back. Man, goes out there, 12th round. Brandon Figueroa throws a big left hook, knocks him dead. End up knocking Nick Ball face first on the canvas. He tries to get up. He ends up getting back up. He gets knocked through the ring. Fight's over. Brandon Figueroa is your champion at 126. Now a 3-time champion in his career. Man, gotta love what Brandon Figueroa did. An incredible matchup. Great fight. The fight card itself was fantastic. I love what I saw. What do I want to see for Brandon Figueroa after this fight? After that fight, I don't need a rematch. We all know what happened. We all know who won. Even on the judges' scorecards, Nick Ball was down 2 points prior to that happening. I gotta say, man, Shushu Harrington, who just picked up the WBC belt. I think that would be a fantastic matchup next. Espinosa, he's another one. I'm telling you guys, if you are interested in fantastic boxing, you want to look at a weight class that is stacked from top to bottom, check out 126. I'm telling you. All right. That was also on it. This past weekend, we also had look, I could talk about Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez wants a rematch with Terrence Crawford. Hey, man, Canelo. Terrence Crawford ain't walking through that door. That shit ain't going to happen, son. That shit ain't finna happen. Not at all. Not ever. All right? So he's retired. Look, did you give Erislandy Lara a rematch after you arguably, that was a close fight? No. Have you gotten a rematch from B-Ball yet? No. You know what I'm saying? Come on. That's not going to happen. Also, last but certainly not least, let's talk about it. UFC Vegas 113 was this past weekend. And look, man, there were some fantastic matchups in this one. They headlined by Mario Bautista versus Vinicius Oliveira, a fight that I Thought absolutely could have gone back and forth. Batista has been somebody who's been at the top of the division for a while, goes out there, gets a dominant win, submits him. I think even ended up breaking Oliveira's arm in it. Great matchup by Batista. Afterwards, he calls out Corey Sandhagen. He wants to rematch with Corey Sandhagen. I think that would be a phenomenal fight. Corey Sandhagen, in my opinion, is a guy that he's a journeyman in a gatekeeper in the best way possible. And don't call him it's not disrespectful calling him a gatekeeper. I call him a gatekeeper because he's the one. If you could beat him, you are at championship level. If you cannot beat him, you're not at that level. Mario Batista in the past tried to compete with him. He couldn't beat him. He wasn't on that level. Can he do it now? I would love to see that. One of my all-time favorites, Kyoto Horiguchi, in the co-main event flyweight bout, fought a really, really, really tough fight in Amir Alabiz, and he ends up getting a decision win, dominant win. I loved it. And again, Horiguchi at flyweight. After the fight, they asked him what's next. He wants a title shot. We're talking about a guy who is a multiple-time champion in multiple organizations, in Risen, in one championship. He was one of the best in the world when Demetrius Johnson was a champion here in the UFC. Horiguchi deserves at that spot. I love him. Jolton Almeida ended up losing his fight at heavyweight. Jolton Almeida, you need to go back down to light heavyweight. You know, not big enough for you're scary as shit. And at light heavyweight, not too scary at heavyweight. And last one I want to talk about, Dustin Jacoby beat Julius Walker in this card. And that is Justin Jacoby's third knockout in a row. Second round afterwards, he wants to be on the on the White House card, and he proceeds to fillet Donald Trump and lick boots afterwards. So he did that. Hey man, that's what these dudes do with Trumpism, and then they scream back and forth that the UFC isn't political. You know what I'm saying? What the hell's going on with what? Let me know. I answer the questions for you. But with that being said, you know, all in all, it was a solid card by the UFC. I absolutely enjoyed it. Again, the boxing card you'll find on DAZN, I think, was fantastic. We have more fights coming up this upcoming week, and I am always going to be here to drop all of your combat sports news and notes for you. With that being said, look, it is 17 minutes in. I said 15 minutes or less. I lied. It's all good. Please like, share, and subscribe to everything that we do here with the Fight Podcast. Also follow my Substack, the Fight Podcast at Substack. Listen to us everywhere. Check us out on X. Check us out on Etsy, etsy.com/shop. Also, don't forget, as we've seen it, the Bump Serum. Look at the Bump Serum. Fantastic product. We have a bunch of stuff online, and we're talking about that. So, love y'all. I'll see y'all next time right here on the Fight Podcast. Peace.